Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's Brother Front. I'm back at it with another P5X video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the brand new Summer Tomoko and doing a build guide showcasing how you want to build her, what teams you want to run her alongside with, and all that good stuff. That being said, if you enjoy content like this and want to see more of it on the channel, be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It always helps out a ton. You guys have been going absolutely crazy with the amount of support on all my videos, really. Getting a lot more views than I originally anticipated, as well as being able to more than double the subscriber count in a month's time that I've been making content for. So I do appreciate that a ton. But with that being said, not wasting more time and get into it. Seaside Tomoko, or Summer Tomoko, is a healer who increases ailment accuracy and attack for her allies, while also increasing the damage taken for the enemies. Although she can attack, heal, and buff, her skill set is built as a balanced type rather than focusing on one core strength. She's more so a jack of all trades, master of none. And with that being said, we'll first start off with her skills themselves. Skill 1, Have a Cold Drink, deals psychic damage to all foes, hits 4 times, and from the second hit, it prioritizes new targets and inflicts 1 spark stack per hit. And her sparks are her unique passive, which, after an ally acts, if foes have a total of 3 spark stacks, it activates Seaside Tomoko's Resonance, and of course deals additional damage on top of that for those same targets that the stacks apply to, or the sparks apply to. And her passive increases Summer Resonance, damage multiplier, and healing. And Summer Resonance is of course her unique passive. After an ally acts, activates if foes have reached 3 spark stacks total. For every 3 spark stacks on all foes, deal additional psychic damage to all foes and decrease the target's damage for 1 turn, while also restoring all allies' HP. Her skill 2, Hail Summer Days, restore 1 ally's HP based off a percentage of Summer Tomoko's attack. For 2 turns, she increases the target's attack, ailment accuracy, and damage, and also increases attack up to 22.5% by 25% of the target's ailment accuracy up to 90%. It also inflicts 1 spark stack for each time the skill damage is dealt to a foe, and sparks from this effect can stack up to 5 times. As for her third skill, Sparkling Memories, deal psychic damage to all foes, and for 2 turns, increases the foe's damage taken and inflicts 1 spark stack when foes take skill damage. At the start of Summer Tomoko's turn, decrease this effect's duration by 1, spark stacks up to 5 times, and isn't inflicted by damage from this skill, so do keep that in mind. Then we have her highlight, deal psychic damage randomly to foes, and hits 3 times. Prioritizes attacking foes that have not yet been hit by this skill, and inflicts 1 spark stack per damage dealt. Repeated hits on the same target deal 30% damage. As for her passive, she has Power of Memories. During battle, increase Seaside Tomoko's damage and max HP based on her HP recovery. When her HP recovery is at up to a certain amount, it increases psychic damage even more and her max HP even more. Her next passive, Soothing Waves, when activating her skill 2, Hail Summer Days, increase the main target's HP for 2 turns, and then restore HP of the ally with the lowest HP equal to a certain percentage of skill healing. When it comes to the general priority for leveling her skills, you want to start off with skill 2 and skill 3 first, and then going off into her skill 1 and then her highlight. Interestingly enough, her skill 1 is similar to Riko's skill 2 in the sense that you don't want to use this skill actively, although due to its passive effect, you do still want to have it leveled up moderately well to get that additional benefit. When it comes to her skill rotation, again, you're not going to use skill 1 at all directly. You're going to be just swapping between skill 2 to skill 3, skill 2 to skill 3, etc., maintaining that same rotation throughout the duration of the fight. Then moving on into her awarenesses. At A0, Summer Tomoko can inflict sparks on foes. After an ally acts, if the foes have 3 spark stacks, activates her Resonance ability, and of course we've already discussed what that ability is. This can activate up to 5 damage and healing effects based on how many spark stacks are spent within the same resonance duration. Although this resonance damage does not inflict more sparks effects, so to keep that in mind. And it changes resonance damage based on the number of foes present, equal to 150, 120, and 100% respectively of the original damage, if there are 1, 2, or 3 or more foes present respectively. And of course keep in mind that damage from this resonance cannot deal down point damage when a foe is defeated. It passes its sparks stacks onto other random foes, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about continuously upkeeping the spark stacks as long as you're making sure to defeat enemies. For A1, each time a foe receives a Summer Reminiscence effect, decreases the foe's defense by 15% for 3 turns, and stacks up to 3 times. For skill 2, Hail Summer Days, healing effects apply to all allies. For A2, every 2 times a Summer Reminiscence effect is activated, inflicts 1 Spark stack on a random foe. Each time Sparks is inflicted on a foe, permanently increase the party's attack by 2%, and that of course will stack up to 15 times. For A3 and A5, increase the level of her skills. For A4, increases her highlight to deal bonus damage for 2 hits and inflicts 1 Spark stack per hit. Then her A6, Summer Reminiscence, gains the following effects. When dealing damage with Summer Reminiscence, increase crit rate by 35%. Each time a foe takes a Summer Reminiscence effect, permanently increase damage taken by 5%. This effect can stack up to 3 times. At the maximum, stack increase crit damage taken by 20% more. When it comes to how you want to go about her awarenesses, if you choose to go for them, I would say go for A1 first, because of course getting that additional defense down is nice, and it does stack as well. It also makes her skill 2 an AoE effect rather than single target. Then her A2 would probably be the next best bet, since it does allow you to increase the amount of spark stacks you can inflict on your enemies. And then from there just go into A6. I really don't see the need to go for anything less than that when it comes to A3 through 5 due to the amount of bonuses it grants. Moving on, we will talk about her weapon choices, of course, and I do have to pull this up on thefell.net since I do not, of course, have this character. For her 4-star Ocean's Tidings, it increases attack, and when activating Summer Reminiscence, increase her healing for 2 turns. As for her 5-star Bubble Babies, it increases her healing, as well as increasing the multiplier for skill damage from Summer Reminiscence and its healing as well. And when activating Summer Reminiscence, increase the target's damage taken for 3 turns, and this effect can stack up to 2 times. When it comes to her Revelation card sets that you can run with her, the best one right now, currently in the game, would probably be the Victory set with the Harmony Universe card. Even though she's not a win type character, her effect or her abilities being able to hit multiple times will allow her to stack those victory passives a lot easier. Or you could also run the Trust and Prosperity set. Although, given that a lot of the times you'll be running characters like Cord or Leo that also run that set effect, you're most likely going to want to stick with the Victory and Harmony, since the Prosperity set effect cannot stack multiple times for the highlight gauge increase. As for the main stats, on the sun, of course, it's going to be HP, but for the moon, you're going to want to go for healing effect to increase her healing. The star, you want to go for either attack or crit rate. And then for the planet, you want to go for attack as well. As for the subsets, the highest priority would be attack and attack molt. Second priority would be crit rate and crit molt. And then third priority would be SP recovery. Since she is a healer, obviously she's going to be very SP intensive, so getting some SP recovery will help her maintain the uptime of her skills. And then last but not least, we'll get into the actual team comp part of the video where we get team builds. Now, of course, I don't have the brand new summer characters, so I will have to use stand-ins. So obviously, the biggest benefit you'll get right now for having Summer Tomoko on your account is if you also have Summer Closer, because then you will run Summer Closer. For now, we'll just use Makoto as a stand-in. You'll then have Summer Tomoko, and we'll just use LaFell as a stand-in for her. And then lastly, you'll have your go-to damage buffer, so either Leo or Cord. And if the Navigator, you'll either use Rico or Okion. As for the Personas and Wonder Dagger, you either use, since this is going to be mainly a Summer Closer team, Ex Machina or Glimmer. And then for the Personas, you'll run, of course, Dominion for Closer. And then your typical go-to Personas for buffing damage like Dionysus and Yanusik. Since you have Summer Tomoko acting as your healer, you don't have to really worry about having any healing Personas. So you could also do Cert as well for AoE defense down situation, or even Norn to increase your survivability. Now overall, when it comes to my general opinions on whether or not I believe she's a must-build character, I feel like she falls more in line in the same kind of opinion I have of Summer Closer. If you enjoy the character, pull for her, of course. The good thing about Summer Tomoko as opposed to Summer Closer, she has a lot more flexibility with her team builds. Obviously running her with Summer Closer would be your best bet for right now, but we all know that the main usefulness she has outside of Summer Closer is being able to be ran alongside with a future banner character we'll get, being Haru from Persona 5. Even though you don't need Summer Tomoko, if you do want to pull for Haru, obviously if you want the best in slot options for Haru, if you are a Haru enjoyer, then having Summer Tomoko will be one of those things that you want to look out for. When it comes to her weapons, I will say pretty much the same response for Summer Closer. Stick with the 4-star, it'll be more than enough for you, but if you feel like the 5-star is worth getting, then you can go for it. I personally think you should wait for better 5-star weapons that are coming out in the future, but again, that's just my opinion. And with that being said, that's going to do it for today's video. Do you plan on pulling for Summer Tomoko as well as Summer Closer now that she's out in the game? Let me know down in the comments below what you decide to do with your pull and your currency. With that being said, it's Brother Frona. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.